Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Geek for Sidecast. I'm your host, the Wi-Fi writer, Travis Snell. And this is the last week you're going to be hearing. Shh, don't laugh. I haven't introduced you. This is the last week you're going to be hearing my voice or someone else's voice introing because Dylan will be back. I assume I had learned that I knew me and Dylan were due. At least I thought I knew that me and him were doing the Summer Games Fest. But it sounds like him and Kirkland might be doing an episode as well too next week. So look out for that. But I'm happy to be joined by uh, the one and only the Ubi Taylor Field. And what does this mean? I have to ask you. I got to break the fourth wall because, as people know, this is my first night with Wi-Fi. It says your voice is a little pixelated. How's my voice get pixelated? I know the
Every
video gets
pronunci
pixelated.
every pronunciation you do, it sounds choppy at certain points. Like I don't know if it's because it's kind of like what happened before. Remember when you would talk and we would say like it sounds like it's a little bit distorted. Well, usually at the start and the end of your sentence. It's very, very weird.
Hmm. Well, let me know if it
Yeah,
keeps going
it's
on.
it
Uh,
does. It sounds like the microphone's going like as you're talking.
but that sounds more like a gain issue. Like I'm too close to it, maybe.
No,
Because
because
it's
it
going.
actually sounds like like it's like a but there's like a static like charge sound to it too.
A static charge. Okay, well you can talk and do the links. I'm gonna pull up. You are we live here?
Oh, we're live.
Okay. You can introduce yourself and you can pull up the links because I'm gonna listen to it. Because yes, this is my first night back with Wi-Fi. Record the Trash told you that was no Wi-Fi, just pure audio. So Taylor, what's going on this week? What do they need to do? All that stuff down below.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on this week? Let me tell you, we got the Spider Verse into the Spider Verse dropping tomorrow. So we're gonna be checking that out, and then we're gonna drop in a review for you fine folks. So definitely check that on the feeds. Oh, what else we got popping off? We have so many movie reviews that are coming down the pipeline. I mean, this month alone we got Transformers. Maybe I'll be doing that. Maybe with Kirkland, we'll see. But we got Indiana Jones. It's just gonna be popping off as well. Oh gosh, we have dropped our Spider Verse into the Spider Verse. Did I get that wrong? Tomorrow we're reviewing Spider Verse across the Spider Verse, and then we dropped our Spider Verse into the Spider Verse commentary track. It's just fucking mess. We dropped our Spider Verse
It's
into
a
the Spider Verse
mess. How's
commentary
my
track
voice? Does
though.
it still sound like a mess?
No, your voice sounds great now.
Okay, I
Um,
just switched USB sides, so maybe it's just the USB
well,
is
do it.
messing me over. Yeah, commentary track. I guess by the time people listen to this, they're probably seeing it. Predictions is out there. So for some reason, if you haven't heard it, or maybe you've seen the movie like next week, you can get some, Spider Verse predictions, stuff like that. And then next week, yeah, next week's huge because yeah, I guess you got two side quests. You may or may not get a Transformers review. That all depends on the little field. And then, oh, what else is there? I thought there was something else happening next week. I feel like I'm missing it. Let me pull the calendar. Is there? I thought there was something. The master chords are back. That's gonna be happening. We got. I know you're talking Indiana Jones. We're gonna be dropping the two for patrons. You'll get Indiana Jones the two episodes early, and then for that's 3 and 4,
We
and
do
then
have
with.
flash predictions. I guess there's
Oh yeah,
that.
Flash Burger, that's a big one too. So yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff next week and everything. Oh, and that's what's jogging my mind. It's not next week, but it's next weekend because you got Summer Games Fest on the Thursday, but then showcase for Xbox and Ubi is the Sunday Monday. So nice string of little stuff going on there. But that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the predictions because, like I said, I didn't know Dylan was doing a show, so hopefully I'm not. It's not even on the calendar, Dylan. Are you listening to me? Let's see here. Monday. It says Dylan's back. Nothing on the Monday. So I swear, if he comes, he's like, "Oh man, they did this without me." It's like, "Oh, well, not on the calendar, sir." No, maybe they're talking about who knows. Who knows what they're talking about? But yes, we're gonna be talking about 2 weeks from now. So it's the 8th. You got the Summer Games Fest show, and then on the 10th is Xbox, and then 11th is Ubisoft and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start as always, like Dylan Musk would do. And what have you been playing, Taylor? If not anything, I've almost called you Dylan like 3 times. I don't know. Got Dylan on the mind. He's coming back.
What have I been playing?
Did you and Kirkland ever do that 2v the the doubles on the weekend, the double
No,
XP.
no. He just
He
disappears over the
he's such a,
weekends.
I know refrains from this a little bit on Sidequest, but I'll drop it. Like what a little cocksucker. Because I was busy moving, and Taylor's like, oh, it's double XP. I'm like, oh, I'd love to, but I can't. And Kirkland was the one that threw it, like, oh, maybe it's time we do that doubles because they got the base
Yeah,
game.
he
So it's
threw
like,
me the bone.
yeah, he threw it out there. He's such a cock tease, and then he just ghosts you and stuff like that. And
I
here I
sent
am,
him the
like,
video too of me popping off, hoping he'd bite. He's like,
oh,
"Oh,
that's
that's pretty
cool.
good." Yeah, it just
Yeah.
disappears again.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah,
a son of a bitch.
what have I been playing aside from that? Amazon is great for their free games that they do and their affiliations with other titles too, like Dead by Daylight, all that kind of stuff. And so they put out a free game, and I downloaded the Amazon game player. It's kind of like the Epic Games player, like Steam. It's just kind of like that program you download. It's a hub for games. Anyways, because they had Rogue Squadron 3D on there for free, and thought, oh, I haven't played that in a good minute. I remember back in the day, I got that from, if you remember, The Source by Circuit City. Well, I guess The Source is still around, barely,
Yeah,
but
barely.
I picked it up for PC, and it's just fantastic. It's just you're flying spaceships, doing missions and stuff for the rebellion. You can pick different ships for different missions and stuff like that. It's great. So that's something I'd like to get into. But what I've been actually playing, I haven't touched more Jedi Survivor. I haven't touched more of that. It's
No.
really just been back to Call of Duty and just
Back
trying to
forward.
rank up my latest round of guns that I've unlocked, because I got 3 new ones that are just incredible. So that's what I'm busy
Incredible.
doing.
Yeah, no, obviously, as people know, I've been moving, so I haven't played anything this week. I guess for what I will be playing, I'm very excited because they revealed a bunch of, on June 29th, the company that I watch now, AEW, they have their first wrestling game coming out. And I'm very excited for that because it's a bit more like arcadey. So one, I'm hoping it can be a bit more geek first friendly, because some of these other wrestling games are pretty, advanced. This is supposedly very arcadey, and it looks like a lot of similar games that I've liked in the past. Like there's one I like called Legends of Wrestling. It's one of those bad Xbox games where it's like they can't, it won't it won't play on 360 and it won't play on Series X, stuff like that, because it's just lost to time and stuff like that. But no, nothing. I really got all I can. I guess I can say. Well, no, I guess I can say a little bit. I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy before the move. I guess before I was on a side quest, I've made myself a little list. Obviously, I'm getting that game June 29th, the wrestling one, but I've made myself like a to do finish list, because other than Spider-Man coming out in September, there's nothing that I have buying wise from now until then. So, and Starfield obviously is in the fall as well too, but that's Games Pass, so I don't have to buy that. And let's see if we'll talk about it today, if it gets delayed or not. But yeah, so I've made myself a little list of, I'm gonna finish Hogwarts. I only got about 5 hours left of that. I'm gonna try to finish Gotham Knights. There's a couple ones, and then we're gonna try and finish some Mario games and stuff. So I kind of have a list of all these games that I want to get through. I want to get into some of the new Hitmans and stuff, because those have passed me by. So I'm trying to actually finish some games here. Some games I've kind of left on the back burner. Like, I'll come back to it. Maybe Gotham Knights. I'll hit you up one night, and you can drop in Gotham and
I'd
help me
like
out.
to. We're supposed to play a little more of that together.
I'd be
too.
down. Hey, if you're not trying to finish this campaign, you can help me finish the campaign. It all
I'm
works.
down for that.
Yeah.
I'm
But
trying to hold Madison off on the Mario. So if you're to prioritize one, maybe play through the Mario 3D All Stars, because she wants to play some of the Mario 64 while she's off.
oh, she could take it back then for now. Well, yeah. Well, let me
I
see.
imagine you're beating the Sunshine in 64 by now.
No, haven't even started them.
You haven't?
No,
Have you played any of it?
No, because I got it, but the problem is, blame Dylan. No, the problem is the week when I got it is I forgot that I had to start doing for the Prey retro and whatnot. But I haven't done that, and then I was moving stuff. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll switch that around. The first little bit, you're gonna be dealing with the baby. Okay, you're gonna have no time to play. Trust me. But you know what you're gonna have time for. These showcases, because baby be sleeping, be watching if it's here. You might not be. How's that gonna feel? One of the due dates, it could be being born on the Xbox or Ubisoft Showcase. It's like fate.
Fate? I
Yep.
mean, I guess so. I won't be too like I think my
In the room. You guys got YouTube on this TV?
yeah. Well, that
Look,
actually kind of
Madison,
surprised me, because
it's
like
Fable.
Dylan's on like an ultimate vacation. He's dropping in the Discord watching like the what was it, the Sony showcase?
Oh,
or
he's
something
not
like
anywhere.
that?
He's lying. He's been in Vancouver.
Yeah,
this
and I'm
whole
like,
time.
what, Dylan? Are you like way out somewhere? Like, are you allowed to be watching this right now?
Are you allowed? Yeah, someone's gonna bust in the store. But yeah, we're gonna go Ubisoft, Xbox, and then Summer's Games Fest. If you're here for them all, great. If not, I'll be making some cutouts, so don't worry and stuff like that. So I want to start with you, Taylor Field. What do you expect from Ubisoft this go around? Obviously, just last week they revealed Assassin's Creed Mirage, which we already knew. Well, we rumorly knew about, even the title, but that's revealed for October 12th. So I imagine, okay, they're gonna probably do a showcase of that. But what are you thinking? What are you wanting? What are you hoping? Stuff like that. You hoping for some Skull and Bones?
I saw a report where it was titled, the headline was fucking great. It was like Skull and Bones update. Reports say that Ubisoft has made no
Like headway on it or anything?
yeah, they've
Yeah.
not done a single thing on, on this game since they announced the delay, which just makes me
Right.
laugh. Because all in all, like they've really turned the game around. What started just as like PvP battles and ships, you're walking around as a pirate, you're
You
doing
ca-
things on land
You
now.
can't.
So
Well, I was gonna say you can say they've changed the game. I don't think you can say they've turned it around till we play it. That's a different
that's
thing.
true. Yeah, they definitely changed it.
If we play it,
Am
our
I
kids are gonna be graduating by the time this fucking game comes out. My
well? If they
God.
stuck to their guns on that initial release date, I like they added Ubisoft Forward or not Ubisoft Forward, Ubi Play or whatever it's called, Uplay Plus. Fuck if I know. To Xbox, so there is a subscription service now where you can get some Ubisoft titles in there, which is pretty cool. But at one point in time, I probably would have got Skull and Bones, but now with the delay and everything like that, picking and choosing what games I want, I'm not really feeling committed to it at this point. I really can pass it. And if I have to choose between that and Assassin's Creed Mirage, obviously I'm choosing Mirage.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
looks so fucking incredible. So
Well, what about this? Super Mike, Discord user, thank you. Says probably gonna get some Avatar gameplay. Yeah, I would think so. I guess my level of excitement that I'll probably join because who knows Taylor's status, but I'll probably join Dylan on that because that's on a weekend. So Kirkland, no ways. But it's on a Monday actually when we would talk about it. I think either way we'll be reviewing it. And I really with Ubisoft, there's one thing which I think I know Taylor will probably bring up at some point, but there's something where it's just like I there's nothing Ubisoft has that's really exciting me other than a potential of one thing. But yeah, Avatar, are you excited to see any gameplay from that? Because again, it's just gonna be first person shooter stuff. So
yeah, I'm trying to remember if we even got gameplay last time. If it was like gameplay cinematic style. The last time we saw it, I'm pretty sure was a few, maybe like 2 E3s ago, a good minute. And when I was making the bold prediction that we were gonna get, I think during the Ubisoft Forward, some more footage from Avatar, because I think that's when it was timing out with the release of Avatar: Way of the Water. But
that was the
that
plan, I think.
that was the
Yeah.
plan, yeah. But needless to say, we did not get anything. I feel like this is definitely the time to shine. Let's see it. Let's get into it because they're pumping up with Avatar 3. They're doing like reshoots right now.
Is there much shine though? You said it's time to shine. I don't know about that. I'm very curious because obviously Avatar big franchise. Shout out Tyler Briggs. Big franchise and all. I just don't know what this game will really do. To be honest, I don't know what people are. I don't know the barometer of success for an Avatar game really. As far as like a first person view, I think the third person one would have been better, but I don't know. I don't think that. Did you look at me like my mic's fixed now? Or is it still going pixely? Okay, Taylor,
Well, I was.
Taylor even hear me now.
I can hear you.
I asked him a
I did-
question.
Sorry, I was you were talking. I thought, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity quickly, and I pulled up another like tab of us talking because I thought, what if it's my headphones?
No, it wasn't
And
your
I was like,
headphones.
okay, yeah, because it was like double static from your talking here and this.
So I still got
YouTube
static
video.
going on right now?
Yes.
Oh, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to fix it mid-cast, of course. It's just couldn't be a fucking 3 to 4 man one where I have time to fix it. It has to be a double. God damn.
Sorry, what was your question?
I just don't know what they can. I don't know what the success rate is for this game, and I don't know, like, even barring the movies, because like, hey, Avengers MCU is one of the biggest things in the world, and that Avengers game came out and didn't do well, and obviously that's a lot of other things, but I just don't know. Even like a first-person shooter, I just don't know how good. I'm very curious what they would show. I just think what they're going to show is going to be very lackluster, and I don't think it's going to get too many people on board that aren't already on board.
Yeah, I am running into a wall with this because personally, I think why it's first person just baffles me. It should be a third person game. Uh, and it just feels kind of from what we've seen, at least more so like a film adaptation video game, which not that there's anything wrong with those, because there's been a few that are great. Iron Man 2 was fucking fantastic. Transformers,
Iron Man 2 specifically, not
that
one.
game, Iron Man 2 specifically, was so good, so good. And then there's also a Transformers one, Run to the Fall, and that one was really really cool. So there are some good ones. I remember playing King Kong on the GameCube. Those adaptation titles were actually pretty decent. Courage Simulator, there you go. I
Like with the
suppose.
subtitle and stuff like that. It'll probably
Yeah,
be Far Cry on, but on Pandora. I feel like that's like a
that's
very
a good.
generous, but no, I feel like that's a generous comparison. I don't know if it's going to reach the levels of a Far Cry.
I hope, like, just with the whole crafting system, I think crafting could be a great way to kind
Yeah,
of like really expand on that gameplay mechanic, I guess.
I guess what I want to see from this showcase, and not that I care because I won't be getting the Avatar game. What I see from this game is this would be like a 6 out of 7 type of game. A lot of those,
Hmm.
or even lower. You know, as we none of us mentioned, none of us are playing Gollum. I don't know if it's gonna get to Gollum levels where you're rocking like 30%. And my favorite thing is these developers apologizing and they're just the glitches and we're gonna keep working on. It's like no, it's just a bad game, but that's the way. That's just the way it goes, you know. Just like my
That's the way it
microphone.
goes.
I don't even know what happened. It's complete. Like I haven't even touched it at all and stuff like that. It's a buggeroo and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just looking for them to show something that looks more than just like you said. Now you listed off a couple of games that you like. Fair enough, but I think most of those have a reputation of not being good. So I don't know. We'll see, but they'll definitely show it off. I think.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm just hoping for, and I thought this was going to be showcased before, was their Star Wars title. I see there's little mumbles now too, but like just give us something at this point. Like really something. I am convinced. Obviously, the rumors of that Star Wars RTS game are not obviously Ubisoft, because Ubisoft said they're working on something open world, to that degree. So we've got something to look forward to.
They're doing
Hopefully,
it with rabbits. They're doing a Star Wars RTS with rabbits.
I understand them doing their cross branding thing, but no, that's not acceptable.
So do you think we hear about this game at all?
Um, I'm hoping we hear some kind of an update. I really, really do. I need something to go off of, because, like, why did EA even invest in these exclusivity rights to begin with?
EA,
EA back in the day, remember?
because they made those games. They made
Yeah,
Battlefronts
but
and
it
Jedi.
didn't even matter because no one else wants to make a fucking Star Wars game, so they didn't
They
even have
are
to
making
pay.
Star Wars games.
Other
Okay.
companies are, but like, when have we got another company Star Wars game? The only ones in the market are EA ones right now. Like, they didn't have to do
Well,
anything with exclusivity. Like they,
that's because
it's
there's
just
no. They wanted to. That's just because there's problems. Obviously, Kotar, something's going on at that studio. Eclipse is. There's things going on at that studio that are not.
all the studios. They all got
Yeah,
things go
but
on.
like that one's not so much gameplay. That sounds like there's some harassment sort of things going on, which is not anything better. But I'm just saying like they have problems there. I think Ubisoft one will come out, and then we don't know this RTS one. And I feel like there's another one kicking around. But yeah, Star Wars Hunter. But is
No,
that
that's not
EA?
even coming out. That's not EA. That's some Nintendo game.
Okay.
So
So yeah, it's true, but eventually you'll get like a slew of these games. I think the most you'll get from this is maybe what how they revealed the Jedi Fallen Order title. Hopefully it's not as bad as that, where it's a guy in the
just the
crowd
guy in
being
the
like,
crowd.
"Hey,
Fuck.
we have a game and it's called Jedi Fallen Order," and then they're like, "Great," and they move on. I think you'll at least get a what I would want. I'm not expecting the big trailer game coming this fall or game coming early 2024. No, I'm not expecting that because I think we'll get a bigger rollout. I would at least like what I would like is logo, title, and just a synopsis of what it is. If you're, let's say you're playing Han Solo, you're playing a bounty hunter, you're playing Mandalorian, you're playing a Jedi, whatever it is, just even if it's a blurb, if it's not like a cinematic, that'd be great. What I think we'll probably get is a cinematic, like uh, at least I think we're gonna get a title and a logo. The most I think we could get is like a 15-second cinematic that doesn't give us anything. Like just
You'll
shows
see
like
a star destroyer up in the atmosphere of a planet,
exactly, and a guy watching, and it just be like, "Destiny's in your hands," coming, But I think we'll hear something about it. Maybe it could be a bigger reveal. Maybe I'm downplaying it. Maybe they will have something. Maybe they do something where they show off, which has happened before. Maybe there's a teaser at Summer Games Fest because that's on the 8th, and then maybe on the 11th is when you get like a bigger look and stuff like that. But I think we'll see something. How big, I don't know. For my expectations, I'm just trying to go in and think that it's just going to only be little. So what do you think? You think we're seeing nothing?
I want to say we're going to see something. I really do. I can't see them just dropping gameplay out because the MO of companies these days with video games is, hey, let's drop a cinematic and then we'll showcase gameplay later. And I think that they think that that's gonna help their case. But we live in a day and age now where showing cinematics does not warrant a
No,
lot of
not anymore.
excitement. Yeah, it's just not doing it for people. So
Well, I think it's because there's
I
just
don't
always
know.
been like you can't tell anything. We've had so many cinematics the past, I'd say, decade be disappointing and lead to nowhere. So it doesn't tell us anything unless it's a cinematic. To me, the best one to get away with it was when Hideo Kojima did that for Death Stranding because that was like it's a weird game. It's a weird game with whales, but it showed Mad Mikkelsen. Well, the first one didn't show Mad Mikkelsen, but it showed Norman Reedus. It showed Mad Mikkelsen and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the only way you get away with it. Of like if a cinematic ends and it shows, Din Djarin or Han Solo, that's where you get the hype. But if it's a new character, doesn't really do much. Unless to me, again, if you're trying to Star Wars to me is a little bit different because you can show off the what the character, the world could be and stuff like that. And again, this will be the last
Mhm.
time I apologize, but I apologize. I've been trying. I'll keep trying to fix my mic, but it keeps going in and out and stuff. Is it the same levels bad pixelate or does it go just in and out? What does it do? Because I don't.
It's it's the same. It started off strong there, and then it just boom, it went for it.
Like I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what the issue is. I don't even touch it. I
You
wonder if
might
it's
need
like
a new cord. That could
that
be the
might be
thing.
it. Yeah, it's great. Right before Spider Verse review. That's the best time,
I,
So
I will, in a perfect world, I would actually really like it if the reason they've put this game off is because there was so much more expanded story to the High Republic era, and that this game could actually be an open world RPG in the High Republic. And that would make total sense for being able to make yourself a Jedi, make yourself like a bounty hunter, just kind of pick your character for an open world experience, including have dark side in there too. So I think High Republic is a great era to tackle that. And I feel like maybe they were going to do it one way, but like I said, expanded universe. We have the comics, we got the books, all these authors, and so maybe LucasArts just, or not Lucas, like Lucasfilm Games, just kind of went back to the drawing board with them and just recalculated things. Because again, the game was announced a few years ago, right before COVID, and so now here we are,
mm,
years later.
are you sure on that timeline?
I thought it was 2019, maybe it was 2020.
I don't think. I think it's after COVID.
Was it after Rise of Skywalker?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it was after COVID. So I think it's not been as long as you think. And the High Republic, I'd be down. I just don't know. I wonder because right now, what we have Kotar, which is Old Republic. We have Eclipse, which is High Republic. I don't know if they're going to do another High Republic game right now. Like, is it gonna be? Are they gonna do two?
I think it's safe because like High Republic, I or not High Republic, Eclipse. I really would love to play Eclipse. Holy
Mm-hmm.
fuck! But again, when are we
One
gonna
day.
get that? Yeah,
Yeah,
one
one
day.
day.
That's
Yeah.
it's gonna be at least like probably 5 years before we see that game. Again, that was only a cinematic that we got, so who
Mm-hmm.
knows where that is right now. But I really just think that they need to tackle more High Republic. I really do.
And what about Ubisoft? You think probably just, or not Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed? You think just like a playthrough or stuff like that, or gameplay?
Yeah, we'll probably get some gameplay or something along those lines. I think something simple because Sony just dished out their first gameplay reveal, which is pretty cool, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they'll just expand off that.
Just Dance. We get some Just Dance.
Absolutely, that's their staple. Like they're gonna bring it in with that. They're gonna have everyone dancing, everyone's just gonna be going crazy. That's their signature stunt.
So like
Um,
legitimately, I feel like we joked about, it, but we didn't settle on it. Do we actually? Do you? I don't think we actually see Skull and Bones. That's my prediction. Other than like a sizzle reel, I don't think it gets like any showcase.
I think they'll show something. They'll show some people like, oh, and here we go. We're gonna have Steve here face off against Garrett. Oh, yeah, the ships
Garrett.
are going into battle here. Oh,
So they're
Garrett
just
just
gonna do
sunk it.
Sea of Thieves,
Yeah, they're gonna do something like that. They'll do a little gameplay.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
That was on my list. Yeah, I was gonna say like bring Elijah Wood back on stage. Like,
and JGL to ask us for art that he's not going to credit us for and stuff like that. I just feel like it's just so funny. Like Beyond Good and Evil 2 and what is it? God, the ship game Skull and Bones. They just came out in this era and they've just been like locked in this hellhole and stuff. I don't know who's going to come out first, but. And the other one people are talking about is Assassin's Creed Red, which I don't think we hear much about this year, other than maybe like a quick teaser. I feel
like the
like
Japanese one.
yeah, I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna wait until that's ready to show everything on Mirage because I feel like Mirage already. I know you're excited and some other people are about getting to some classic roots of Assassin's Creed. I think it's kind of been. I've seen more. Me and Kirkland were that way, and I've seen more negativity against it because it just feels like it's like a. Like it just old, like it doesn't feel like it's anything new and stuff. So I feel like
That's fair.
they got to pump this game right now because I think the hype's a little low. And I think if they talk about Red too much, people would go, "Ah, I'll just wait for that one to come out." You know. So I don't think there's anything from Red.
Yeah, I think yeah, you won't get anything from Red. I think you're gonna get something on the I can't remember the name of it, but like their Ubisoft like platform for Assassin's Creed, their hub or whatever. Heck, I don't even understand it. No, not Hex. Hex is the title that'll probably come after Red because that's like the Blair Witch
fuck?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, gee. So they have 4 games in development right now.
They do, but that's the thing. The way that this works is they have this new
Jeez.
multiplayer platform that they're creating where I don't understand it very well, but
They're trying
they'll
to.
be adding games to it, and so you kind
Oh,
of like
okay.
keep going through the games as like one online experience. But
Is that the
they're
one
single
that
player
was pitched as
games.
like an MMO though, or is that a separate thing still? Remember they're doing
No,
like a division type of thing. That's separate though, then, right? That project.
I believe it is. I'm just gonna pull up a name of it real quick here.
Okay,
'Cause
that's just gonna
it's
be
weird.
some assassin in the world every day. Tom Clancy 2 doesn't matter which. Yeah, I agree something because they're working on a oh god, Splinter Cell. They're working on a Splinter Cell remake, right? Or is that a rumor?
I heard there was a remake that is being worked on,
Okay,
and then
so
there's no new sequel or anything. That's
yeah,
what people want.
yeah, that's what people want. But hey, the remake could do well because it could be like Resident Evil, and then you get that talking again and stuff like that. So yeah, that could be something. I don't know if there's gonna be any surprises. Maybe another fucking like Mario Rabbids 3 game or something like that. Like I don't know. I don't think Ubisoft's the place for surprises. I think it's to show off what they got, and that's about it. So
I think that you could probably see something for Division. Division 2 is just an absolute flop. But I'd
you
love
think
to see
they're
more
working on
of that.
Division 3?
Well, they're doing a mobile game called Division Resurgence and Assassin's Creed Jade. So they're definitely focusing on that, and maybe that'll segue them to doing something like that. Here we go. So Assassin's Creed Infinity is not a new game in the franchise. Instead, it is a hub from which you can hop into a series of different Assassin's Creed games, acting as an animus. The device you use to leap around. Yeah, so it's still very convoluted for me.
Yeah,
Trying to figure it
super
out.
bad.
But that's
Mike.
basically what
basically a
that's
game
basically
hub.
what Hex will be. Yeah, that's basically a game hub. That's what Hex is
Alright.
going to be a part of, and Assassin's Creed Red and all that. So you have an in-game universe avatar which you use to interact with the different like in-game options and navigate through the different experiences. So I've never heard anything like it before, which is kind of cool. It'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see how they play it off.
Yeah, that's interesting because I remember a couple years ago where I felt like Assassin's Creed was oversaturated and they took that break and then they came back really strong. And I worry for them that's going to be the back to that even worse this time because you just told me about 5 games that are being developed kind of this Game Hub one, you got Mirage coming out, you got Red, you have this app one, and then I know that's different because it's app, but you have the app one, and then you have the MMO, like whatever games of service. That's what it is pretty much more a games of service Assassin's Creed. That's a lot of Assassin's Creed in the next few years, you know?
I think it's depending too how they're tackling it. Like Blair Witch Assassin's Creed,
Right.
that's fantastic because I mean the Jack the Ripper expansion was great. The Tyrannical King Washington expansion, great. Like there's some very cool twists in that world that they've managed to establish. And Assassin's Creed Red, that's a highly demanded like Japanese style like Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed like for ages. I know there's other ones that have already done it first, like
Ghost of
what do you
Tsushima
call it?
kind of
Yeah,
beat
Ghost
him
of
to
Tsushima,
that.
all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah,
It's
but it's still got a fan base out there.
Yeah, they just got to give it a spin or something. So, is there anything else from Ubisoft that I'm missing that hasn't been brought up yet?
Uh, well, Super Bad Mike is dropping the Crew 3, the crewing, which I like. But there is a Crew 3, actually. The Crew Motorfest is the third game in the open world series,
Oh,
and it's releasing later in 2023. So maybe we'll see something for Crew Fest or Crew Motorfest there. Super
I
Bad
think
Mike, if you're a big Crew
I
fan.
think that's likely. I think there's a good chance that you see something with the crew and stuff like that and everything. So, did it just switch? Did it just switch now as I find the whole time?
It's back, yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. It just went back now. My audio.
I don't
Or is
know
it-
anymore. It's just been bad.
Oh my god! Cause see, this whole time I'm like, oh, it's back to being good. If people don't know on air and the camera, me and Taylor giving each other thumbs up and thumbs down and stuff. And he gave me a thumbs up and he gave me a thumbs down in a while and stuff like that. So holy shit! Well, I don't think it's called a crewing thing, but it is. They are
I'm
making a
gonna
third crew.
here you go. Here you go, Super Bad Mike. I'm gonna share the screen just for you. Check this out. The Crew 3. Look at that. The Crew Motorfest. Here we go. We're gonna pop the link. Look at we got the official website here. Oh my god. We're gonna okay the cookies. Look at that. Oh man. He's definitely a big fan. I can tell. He's all about the Crew. But we don't got that release date yet. But yeah, the new chapter of the Crew franchise. I guess we're on Hawaii, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, part of the Hawaiian archipelago.
Maybe we'll get it this week
Yeah.
or next week. So
I should have drafted it. Oh, missed opportunity.
I don't even know what I don't even know what those ones review like. The cruise. Mike said he was fucking around. He hasn't played any of them. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I know a single person in the world that's played a crew game. Have you played a crew game?
No, they were in those
Yeah.
$4 bins at GameStop
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Like I don't know anybody. I don't know a single soul that's played a crew game. But yeah, anything else for you?
No, for Ubisoft, I think that is it.
Yeah. I'm just hoping for me the Star Wars game. That's what I'm hoping for the most. I just want to see something from that just to see again what it's even about cuz who knows if I end up liking it, but I just want to know, what the play style might be. Not even the play style, just like what setting and what character it could be, what character type and stuff like that. I can tell when Taylor's not looking at the screen because I'm telling him to give me a thumbs up or down. He's not doing anything.
It's bad. It's bad.
Bad? Oh no. Oh my god.
It's a good send off before Dylan returns. He's gonna listen to this and be like, "What the fuck you doing to my show?"
Oh yeah, he's never gonna let us host again. But now this is my headphones. How bad is this?
I'm echoing really bad.
Oh, because this is picking up that, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll go back to the sure. All right, get us to an ad break, Taylor. We'll be right back.
And we're back. Oh my goodness, that was trippy because it was literally perfectly crystal clear my voice talking back to me.
There we go. That's how we get rid of the audio issues. Is you just talk the whole time and I just record myself and stuff. So
You sound good right now.
anyways, Xbox, that's happening next week and stuff like that as well. So as I said on the showcase with Kirkland for the PlayStation 1, not all, it's not an easy task, but they got the best shot ever because PlayStation's just dropped the ball. PlayStation, and it's not so much like, luckily they didn't have like a so bad conference that it was memeable. It was just like a feeling of disappointment around the world. Like, man, Sony just really let us down with that one. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. We'll talk about Summer Games Fest, stuff with the Last of Us game that's kind of There's stuff that they're holding back on, but it doesn't matter. They dropped the ball. So the question is, can Xbox deliver? I've always said this before, that they've always delivered great, or good, since we've been podcasting at least. Because not counting obviously the Xbox One X, launch and stuff from 2015 and on. To me, I thought they've always done decent to good conferences, whether it's the showcases, whether the E3s, whatever it may be. But I still think they've never given us that like home run, multiple great games, something like Jeff Keighley's done with Summer Games Fest or PlayStation has done with theirs. they haven't done that hype one yet. Whether there's too many car racing games, there's too many similar games, there's too many games that we've had that problem before, like what PlayStation did, right? Where they showed off a bunch of games and Xbox goes, well, they're actually on PlayStation as well. And that would happen a lot for Xbox where they'd show off a bunch of games and then PlayStation go, actually, these are all on this console as well too. So you're like, well, now the hype's kind of gone. So what are you expecting just overall from the showcase? Because I feel like it's a time where, and it doesn't exactly matter, but okay, yeah, Sony kind of dropped the ball, but we're also coming off of some really bad press with with Phil Spencer, and we talked about that on a Geek First episode with Dylan. But we're coming off a time where Xbox definitely, I don't know if I want to say the lowest they've been, but close to it, at least, as far as some disappointments, their sales, stuff like that. So what are you expecting out of this? Do you think we're going to get like a home run type of conference, or do you think they're just going to show off, the next 6 months, kind of play it safe? Because last year they did I don't know if it was last year, but it could have been last year, but when they did their one of their big conferences, they showed off like the next calendar year, and then a bunch of those games got delayed, like a Starfield, so they didn't end up coming out, or like Redfall came out and kind of lackluster. So do you think they just play in safe and go with, okay, let's show off some things Xbox fans will like and enjoy, or do you think they're gonna try and go for that home run? Are we gonna get some big surprises, big titles, stuff like that?
Well, I mean, Phil
Well, now
he
I
looked
don't
like
hear
he gave
you.
up. Oh, you don't hear me?
This is gonna go down as Taylor's no excuse. He hasn't moved. Apparently my cord's all messed up. This is gonna go
My
down as one
audio's
of the
coming
worst
in.
recordings
It's
ever.
coming
No,
in.
I don't hear you
It's
at
on
all.
you.
I'll
It's on
I'll
you.
give you this right now. But anyways. So obviously April's talking about in our Discord right now as far as what she's hoping for a Fable. That's what lots of people are, because all we've gotten so far is just like a cinematic and like the tone and
Can you
stuff
hear
like
me?
that.
Can you
So
hear me? Can you
that's
hear
been
me?
waiting for a while. Superman, like, all I want is a Gears 6 reveal. I've fallen off the franchise after 3, and I know it has its fans. I still think they should wait a little longer and kind of give that God of War treatment, where I'm not saying they have to go and make a Game of the Year edition, like it changes everything about the genre, but I think they got to wait a little bit to build up some of that hype back and stuff like that. So your audio's that makes
Yeah,
no
they can hear
sense. That
me.
makes no Hang on a second. Let's take a look here.
Oh, yes.
My
There we go. Look at
Oh,
that.
there we go. Okay.
What is going on with your Oh no. Oh.
I accidentally when I tried out my earbud ones, it got switched over and stuff like that.
Oh
Thanks
no.
for that, Mike. I should see the whole. Oh no, I don't hear you. Sorry, and I just cast the whole time. But
Oh
what do you
boy.
think Xbox is gonna do?
I think Super Bad Mike is right on a Gears 6 reveal. I think that's. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten any notion towards that at all yet. That kind of surprises me. Yeah, you're right. Again, 5 cliffhanger resolution, close out that second trilogy. I agree. Gears of War 4 was definitely just it was really vibrant. It felt good getting back into that world. What else to expect? I think Fable. I saw a couple like inklings around that too, so I think we could see something around there. I just felt like Phil Spencer really did just throw in the towel in that last interview, where he just came clean on his knees, just like, yeah, games don't bring people over to consoles or whatnot or something like that. And I don't know. There's no excuse.
Came
just to
clean
give
on
up.
his knees.
Came clean on his knees. Yeah, he just needs to reevaluate the situation, not give up, because we really do need to see. We need to see some more titles on that console. We really do. Xbox is a great console. Shit, it's super powerful. It's just what is the term called where you can like
Teraflops.
idle. Teraflops are one thing. You can idle the game and you can go back to it later on, pick up
Quick
right where you
resume.
left off. Quick resume. Thank you. I love that feature. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't believe we live in a day and age where that's actually like a component. But yeah, there's so many things. Yeah, I suppose unshredding the papers after that PlayStation showcase. He's put him like Penguin in a sewer. He's just glued him.
A lot of tape and a lot of patience, Phil.
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. He's speaking to himself in the third person now. When I said that too about Superman, Mike, about the Gears of War thing, I didn't know 5 ended on a cliffhanger. So then I would take that back. I guess you kind of have to close that out. I'm just saying, in the future of that franchise, I think they should bench it a little bit and then come back to it. So,
They have.
but
I mean, 5 came out a good minute ago. Um,
what's a good minute though?
I'm gonna say at least 4 years.
Gears of War 5 came out in 2019, so it's only been
4
4 years.
years.
So
There we
yeah,
go.
but that's not a good. Like, what was the wait time between the God of War games, between like the PS5 one or the PS4 one and the last PlayStation 3 one?
Between like God of War and then Ragnarok.
No. That the God of War
Or 3.
2018 one. Yeah, 3.
Because God of War 3 was a PS. I'm getting confused here. Because like this is God of War 5 that came out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're talking the difference between like God of War 4 and God of War 5, the year difference between those two.
Yeah, so let's see. That was 2018 and God of War 3 was 2010. So 8-year difference. So that's what I need Gears of War to do and stuff like that. So
What was the difference between Gears 3 and Gears 4?
I don't know. You look it up. I got to check on a child.
Oh, let's see here. Gears of War. Gears of War 3 came out. I remember that. I skipped school hard for that game. Oh my god. I was 2010, I'm pretty sure. And the game released in 2011. Okay, so yeah, 2011 and then Gears of War 4 would have been what, like 2016. Okay, so 5 years. Interesting. Yeah, I think that the Gears of War franchise is great, and they can definitely be building more off of that. Like, get the Gears 6 out there. Gears of War Tactics was a fantastic title. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, so I definitely think there's more that they can be adding in there. Oh yeah, Gears of War Judgment came out between 3 and 4. That's right. I forgot about Judgment. I did beat it, but it kind of just gets swept under the rug. It's like kind of like Halo ODST for me in that regard. But speaking of Halo, I do hope it's unlikely, but I do hope we would get a Halo Wars 3. Fuck, we need to get the conclusion for that trilogy. That game franchise is so good, but they'll probably throw something else out. A new season's downloadable season for Halo Infinite, which is totally fine. I don't
Totally
know. I
fine.
beat the game and I've kind of fallen off. Like, I played my multiplayer hard out. I played the campaigns hard out. I got really nothing else I really need to go back to and immerse myself with that game. It's really just multiplayer content for cosmetic rewards now. So there's no calling there really.
I think
Uh
Halo Wars 3 would be a hype announcement. I don't like. I know it has its fan base, but I think it'd be something positive around Halo. Like, I don't know. Between that game and the show, I just feel like they got to do something to get the juices flowing with that fan base again. I feel like Halo Wars 3 would help a little bit towards that. I think we will get it one day. I'm not going to say for sure this year go around and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, so like 6 years. As you guys you probably already talked about that with the Gears of War, but then you had Gears of War Judgment 3 between 3 and 4. So yeah, with God of War, don't I think God of War you had some remasters or like collectors or like whatever that because I know it said some God of War 3 released 2005 on the PlayStation 4, so they did something to it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go and expecting what I usually do with Xbox. I'm gonna expect that they're gonna do a good conference, but not too well surprises. I know I didn't look at who the source was. There's some article where it's like some insider says they're gonna leave your floors on the mouth or something like that, or your mouth's on the floor. And I was like, yeah, I guess I've just heard that before, and I don't know unless there is some big IP that they're hiding. I don't know what that could be. Fable for me is not that, but it definitely could be that for people. I think Fable to me, if they don't show off, that's a big disappointment. And that's where I almost kind of expect like Fable's been in development for so long now. And the fact that we've really heard nothing. Like that could not even be a game that exists. They just showed a cinematic to get some hype and that's it. So you got that. So yeah, maybe there's something with Gears. You could see that. I feel like we just haven't heard much, but I guess it's a possibility. I'm trying to think of what else is out there that they could talk about. I know people are wanting like a
they
Banjo Kazooie. I would love that, but I don't know if we're there yet. So
They really just need to they need to get some cool superhero exclusive titles. They need to get some like just show something Star Wars related. I know that was all fake and rumored, that Mandalorian title for Xbox, but like do something like that. Just be bold. It shouldn't be this hard. And I feel again like the thing that
make
Phil
the
Spencer was
first real
saying,
good Superman game, something like
well,
that.
the things that Phil Spencer was saying before, that it's just not really the games that'll bring people over. I just feel like like it. Are you an idiot? Are you that much of a brick wall where you can't realize what people
Wow,
are asking for, and
how far
what are
we've
people
come.
asking for? Yeah, people are asking for no more of the like the
They're
same
asking
thing, the
for it.
same like as much as I love seeing indie titles really just, break ground and just like rise up, I think that's fantastic. But I think that there is a limit, and I think you can't rely on indie titles again and again and again. You have created these fantastic games with amazingly massive large teams working on them. Like, just do something with it, and not something that just is like Hollywood, where Hollywood likes to just like rinse and repeat sometimes with older projects and like remakes and stuff like that. Like, you look at some of these titles nowadays with video games, and it's just they're riding off the success of the previous iterations. There's just going back to Halo. I don't know if they'll ever match the magic that like Halo 3 had. That's just some of those things, or like some of those other titles that came out back in the day, like Assassin's Creed 2, all that kind of stuff. Like, there's just certain things that you can't rinse and repeat. And
Mm,
again, that's where indie titles do come in. They can really deliver and bring something fresh, but I don't necessarily seek them out to achieve that, I guess. Like, I feel like indie titles are very much created to be like a singled off like art piece, just to kind of like pull
well,
in like a certain kind of group.
what I'm looking for, obviously it's on my game draft list, but replace. They did say that's a 2023 game. We haven't got anything official, so I'm hoping
What
that
is
we
that one
hear.
about again?
That's that like side-scrolling like cyberpunk Blade Runner type of game in a way. Yeah, it just has really
Oh
cool
yeah.
art and cool music and stuff, and I'm just obsessed with it. So I hope we get something there. The only way I push back on you is I agree that it's not easy to do, but I feel like two cases. Zelda not so much because Zelda I think have always had good games, but Zelda got back like with Breath of the Wild that got them back to like the tippy top of being, hey, this has recaptured a generation as far as like it was. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the last Zelda game that was that big was probably and I don't even know if that was big, but I feel like Wind Waker, and I feel like all the ones after didn't really, because I know there's like a Wii one, right, and there's like a Skyward Sword and stuff. Like, would you agree that probably Wind Waker was the biggest until we got Breath of the Wild for Zelda?
Let me take a big look here, because the
So
Wind
maybe
Waker was
he'll look.
huge.
Yeah, you'll look at that one, but then the other one for me is like we just talked about God of War. That shows where with three, I felt like there was fatigue on that franchise. It was dying out. There was, as we said, 8 year gap, and it did come back, and it's even bigger than ever. So I can't fully rule out Halo. I did think, like, not that I thought because I saw the gameplay, I went, no, but I thought their intentions behind it was going to be this Halo. What was it called? Halo Infinity, right? That new one, like the last one that came out.
Infinite, yeah.
Infinite, yeah. I thought that was they were trying to make that their God of War 2018, where that would get people back. So I don't think it's impossible. Um,
Yeah. What Superbad Mike says there, I think that's tricky. Like, there's a lot of filler Legend of Zelda games in between, like
yes,
Minish Cap, Phantom Hourglass, all those smaller ones that were on handheld. But if we're talking mainline consoles, we have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
oh
Majora's
yeah.
Mask, obviously, like following
Just
Ocarina of
skip to
Time, but
Wind
Ocarina of
Waker.
Time, super big. Wind Waker came out after that, but then after
Yeah,
Wind Waker, we got Twilight Princess, and that was absolutely a big
yeah.
success.
When was Twilight Princess though?
Twilight Princess was 2006, and then from
Yeah,
there to Skyward Sword is 2011.
and
The
that
all
was
the
a
ones in
rocky one. I
between,
feel like.
that was rocky. But then
Yeah,
after that, they hit stride again with Breath of the Wild 6 years
yeah.
later. So
But even then, but 6 years later. But what Breath of the Wild? What came out 2015 or 2016?
2016.
So 10 years later from Twilight Princess, which to me was like the last big one. So, and I'm not saying those Zelda games were bad, but it was just like a general. I felt like it did not. Zelda wasn't a big like event IP anymore. It was, hey, Nintendo fans and the people that love Zelda, this is a game for you and stuff like that. Right? Where now I feel like it's taken over. God of War did that. So maybe Halo could do that. So we'll see.
You have Skyward Sword also trying to incorporate the Wii mechanics, and I don't
Oh yeah, it was
necessarily know
awful.
if that was, yeah. So that obviously, I think, affected it greatly. Yeah.
There's that game they've been showing off for years because now I just have a list of someone's just in case we don't miss any. Stalker 2, which I'm sure they'll show Heart of Chernobyl. They've been showing that for a while. I don't really have much interest in that, but I'm sure we'll see that. I'm sure Dylan would wants to shout this one Avowed, that Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming first-person RPG Avowed, first revealed in 2021, likely have a release date of 2024. And also, I guess what we should talk about, which is the biggest one, that obviously they own Bethesda now, but obviously is Starfield, which they've kind of, it looks like the Xbox Showcase and the Starfield Showcase, they're like marketing them as two different events, but really it's literally just like you have the Xbox portion and then you move right into the Starfield portion and stuff like that. It doesn't look like there's any like oh, it's at a different time and stuff like that. And to me, that's where what I think is going to happen with Xbox is I think they'll have some good showings, but I think they're going to rest their loyals a lot on Starfield and that blowing people away, getting hyped for that and everything like that. So that's why I feel like Xbox is kind of just going to coast and put a pretty good show on, but Starfield will be the big headliner and everything like that. Do you think that we get an official? Well, I think we have a date, right? Is it official date or is it just fall right now? Starfield.
I thought they dropped an official date. I don't
I
remember
think
what
it's
it
like
was
September,
though.
right? Isn't it like September 9th or something like that?
I think it is September, but I feel like it could be bumped to November again.
I was gonna say, yeah, so you're not confident in that date and everything like that.
No, I'm not confident in it.
September 6th. So,
Number 6.
well, if they're gonna, if what this is in June, so June, July, August, September, so that's 3 months away. If they're gonna delay it, now would be the time. So I feel, well, at the end of the day, I guess I can always delay it like 3 weeks before. People have done that, so
We have an interesting thing here because you're right. Like Starfield for sure. We'll do whatever with that. I think the other thing, and this could really be interesting how it pans out because I don't understand the legalities with it. I talked to Kirkland about it before, but you have the UK that has basically blocked this
oh yeah,
acquisitions deal, but you
I have
have
no
the
idea. I'm like you
EU.
guys.
The EU has approved it, which is very interesting. So I think they have to go through the US, and I don't know if it's like majority wins or something like that, but it's just very interesting to see. And like, could you only imagine if things actually get approved and they can overpass the UK's denial, and then all of a sudden they just drop it? Because I think as soon as they were able to acquire Bethesda, I think they were just dropping things like here on Games Pass now all these new Bethesda titles, old ones from like the Bethesda Vault and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, as soon as they acquire Activision, I can only imagine what they'd throw on Games Pass right away, just to
Oh yeah,
just sweeten the deal, and people would be easily just like seeping in to see like, oh, all of these old titles, like, oh,
seeping in.
you want to like plug in your old Guitar Hero guitar on your Xbox Series X, do it, and here's all the Guitar Hero games on Games Pass, and that would be super cool. I would go out and buy a used guitar off of from Value
I don't
Village or
think that's gonna be their
Marketplace.
first move. I don't think that's gonna be
No,
their.
no, not. I don't think so either. But I do think though, if they get that deal punched through, they would absolutely say, and why not? It's instant. It's instant money for them to get new subscribers. Like, here's all these old titles that
Mm-hmm.
are sitting in all these dollar bins at a GameStop somewhere on Games Pass for you, and GameStop's just already freaking out as it is. And then Xbox is like, here, they're all on Games Pass for you to play. And I would absolutely immerse myself back into some of those titles.
Yeah, the other one that I've seen on some lists here is Indiana Jones, which I'd love to see, especially with the movie coming out. I think that'd be great timing just to show a little bit. But as most people have said, I feel like between Starfield and then Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls, they're probably pretty busy because I don't know as well as Dylan as far as the breakdowns of which studio's doing what. But you think we see anything indie?
I hope so. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, they just dropped the movies on Disney Plus right now, so
What do you
maybe.
think? Not
Well,
it'd be
that
cool. Of course, it'd be cool. But
do I think? Yes, I think that we could see something. I really, really do.
if they really want to make people cheer, they should announce Arcane is starting at work on Dishonored 3. I think after Redfall, Arcane's going to be pretty quiet. I'm not saying they wouldn't be hyped, but I
Shut the
think
studio down.
no, I don't like one mediocre game doesn't take the whole studio down. I think it's just like a case of we're just gonna be a little quiet
We're
about
gonna
this
lay
right
off
now.
a few people.
No, it'll be in like some sizzle reels and stuff like that. Then you got Hellblade 2. I've never played the first Hellblade, but I know that's a big one for people and stuff like that. And so I think that'll be revealed. I don't think it has a date, but that's that one. I'm not sure if you remember seeing it where they had the cinematic, and it's ones where it's just like the graphics were fantastic. It
That's
just
the
looks like
big giant baby thing, right? That they kill in the cave.
yeah, and I think the characters. I think it has to do with. Um, something to do with sounds and stuff like that. I can't remember, but yeah, that's supposed to be not a big title for them, but it's something that they did acquire, so they'll probably show off that. And people have this on the list. I don't even know why. Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think so. I think that's so far away, and also just like. I think the focus is on Starfield. I really think that's the big head honcho.
That would be impressive, though. And you're right; they can't detract from Starfield, but that
Yeah,
would
but
get
save it.
people
Save it for
juiced.
another year. They don't need to I guess I guess that I'm shooting myself in the foot where hey, if you want to do that all conference, then sure go for it. I just want more than a logo because I remember all you guys being hyped, and I was like for Starfield, Elden Scrolls, they just showed fucking logos. That's all they did was logos. There's nothing. It's like I knew these games were being worked on, so if they have some more to show, great. What I was gonna say here is, Superman Mike asked a good question. Is there any more they can show Starfield to wow people? I think so. I think there's some stuff up their sleeve, whether it's RPG elements, whether it's look at planets, whether it's just some traversal stuff like that. I still think like we've seen some, but I don't think we've seen everything. I'm not saying show me everything, but I feel like it's kind of like obviously you don't get it because I'll play it one day because I'm busy and I don't know where you are in Zelda. But that was the thing with the last Zelda trailer where like there was a showcase direct before and had a really good showing of, oh, this is what you could do. But I remember a lot of people getting that final trailer and be like, wow, they've showed off all this stuff. I was already excited, but now I'm even more excited to see this new stuff. I think there's still quite a bit of Starfield they can show off to get people excited. I think most people are like, it's on Games Pass, so it's like an easy try for people. I don't think it need to be sold that much, but I think there's a little bit more than get people juicing.
Yeah, that's fair. Things that would get me juiced about Starfield is just seeing more like the space travel stuff like that, jumping around, seeing like how infinite the planets really are. That's stuff that really makes me excited.
Yeah, and also
Um,
have they confirmed for plans like a human? I think they
I
have, right?
think they have,
Yeah,
yeah. And there's
always.
sex and all that stuff in there too.
Yeah. Anything else from Xbox that you'd be wanting to see or thinking we could see?
I yes. Oh, what
Yes.
was it? It was something, but I think it was Bethesda related. I was gonna say. Um, yeah, Forza. I feel like we're gonna get something Forza related. That's usually kind of a staple for their shows too. They pull up the car on
Of
stage and
course.
do
Phil be
something
driving
magical
in it.
there.
I'm
Oh yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, sex confirmed. The best thing you can confirm in a video game. Sex confirmed.
There we go. I don't think I have anything else.
You paused that sex confirmed way too long
I had
there.
to mute my mic because I was sniffling.
Oh no.
Don't want to snort into the microphone. Um, I think yeah. Aside from Forza, I don't really have anything else I can really pitch to what Xbox would be revealing. Just more the old like same old stuff that is attached to their old current franchises. Probably some indie titles and yeah, maybe just what their newly acquired studios are up to now with all their indie
Yeah.
titles and such. And then maybe a scene of Phil in his sweatpants shredding documents or something. Just
Sweatpants.
his 5 o'clock shadow coming through. Games don't make people go to consoles. Oh, I'm sure you all like Spider-Man, but we just can't do that.
We got Howard the Duck. We're looking really forward to Howard the Duck. All right. Well, I'll take our last break here, and then we'll talk about the Summer Games Fest. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So let me pull up and tell you. You should probably pull it up too. Put in Summer Games Fest. I should have had this before, but uh, maybe studios. I don't know because he has, Keely. He has like a whole fucking graph of like, here's everybody that's gonna be here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So if you just write in Summer Games 2023 Studios, it's the first image, and it shows everyone's gonna be there. So excuse me, I'll read it off here. So Activision, Amazon Games, Annapurna Pictures, Capcom, CD Projekt, which apparently has said they're not being bought by PlayStation, Digital Devolver, Disney, EA, Epic Games, Gearbox, Focus, a bunch I don't even know on here that I'm not gonna read off. Magic, Netflix, Nexon, PlayStation, Xbox, Square Enix, North Beach, Platonic. let's see, Razer, Sega, a Warner Brothers game, Ubisoft, and no Nintendo on here. It looks like. So I want to talk, just to get the elephant out of the room here. Do you think? Because obviously, last week or so ago, by the time this happens, it'll be about 2 weeks. Sony had their conference. It was an underwhelming one. Obviously, it sounds like I'm not sure. Have you read up on any of that Last of Us multiplayer stuff that's been going down?
Yeah, I did. They're pushing it.
Yes, and who knows? That game, it'll probably still come out, but it doesn't sound good. So that was a lot of people's thought that, well, we didn't see it there. We'd probably for sure see it at the Summer Games Fest. That's not happening. And, it does suck. It is strange. Like, it's such a weird cycle where they had it a part of the game, like part two, and then they took it out to make it its own game. And now it's like, maybe it shouldn't have been its own game. And now the
What is
small.
it exactly? Isn't it just like Versus? Because I remember the first Last of Us. I played Versus on that first Last of Us
I
game.
think
I was
it's
in a
supposed to
team
be like
deathmatch.
a live service battle passy sort of like division type in Last of Us world though.
Okay, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, but it
That'd
sounds
be
like
really
it's not
cool.
yeah, there's rumors going around that they had the Bungie team come I'm not sure if you read that. They had the Bungie team come try out the game and they had a bunch of notes for them that were not good and stuff like that. And obviously
Bungie's a good team.
are you saying that sarcastically?
No, they're a good team. They did Halo. Like,
Yeah,
they're
but then they
good.
did Destiny. But even that, like the joke is like I agree with that, but it's just like they do have an experience with doing these sort of games, right? So I don't know if that game comes out. I don't care too much because I do want more Last of Us World, but that for me is a single player thing. Um, do you? Here's I guess my question: do you think at the Summer Games Fest for Sony, do we see anything we didn't see last week, or do you think it's just more like expanded upon stuff? Because there's things like multiple studios, like Last of Us, that's kind of out of the picture, but like Wolverine, that wasn't showed. So there's some other things out there that hey, like what's going on with Sucker Punch, who made Infamous and stuff like that. They've been quiet. There's not a Ghost of Tsushima too. So do you think we get anything new from PlayStation, or do you think it's just expansion of the last showcase we just got?
Well, it's tricky because
Death Stranding 2 wasn't there either.
if you have your own conference, you'd think you would highlight all your own titles and not
Mm-hmm.
titles that are also going to be on another competitive console. So it's kind of weird, but I like why would they push it to here? Are they pushing it to
Yeah.
here just so they can be more competitive and steal the spotlight from other developers, other
Or
studios?
Keely's playing a lot of money. Keely has some
Yeah,
pocket.
maybe he wants to
I
have
doubt
those
it.
exclusive reveals here. Your Death Stranding 2 and all that stuff. I don't think you're getting Last of Us multiplayer here at all. I think
No,
that's
that
kind of
might
like
not ever come
sealed.
out.
Maybe you'll
Kotar, because
get.
remember it's timed exclusive on PlayStation. You get Kotar here.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. You'll probably get a trailer for what is it? Days Gone before you get a trailer for Kotar.
Oh
Days
boy.
Gone 2.
Yeah.
So
The only one I think is possible is Death Stranding 2, just because Jeff Keighley and Hideo are good friends, and he revealed the Death Stranding 2 thing at games or the Game Awards in the winter, and they just always do that. So I could see Hideo, like we got that a bunch for the last one, right, where he's always revealing new actors and actresses and stuff. I could see something happen there, but other than that, not really. Maybe some expansion, maybe some more promoting of games coming out a bit sooner or a DLC, but I would like to be wrong, but at the same time, okay, why again did they not show us this on the actual showcase and stuff like that? But Xbox is there, but Xbox, I feel like that's just kind of par for the course of them to just I don't know show. They've done that many times and stuff, but so as far as things we do know are going to be there, they're going to show off more of Alan Wake. I think a gameplay slice, and that's cool. And then they're going to do like a full thing of Mortal Kombat as well. Looking at that
nice.
studios, or is there any game out there that you've heard about or want to hear more about and stuff like that? I'm gonna pull up a list right now of certain stuff. Is there something out there that
I'm
obviously is not first party to the other studios that you've been like, oh, I'd like to get an update on this or see this?
I'm wondering if Amazon Games is going to show anything for their Star Wars, their Lord of the Rings
Well, I don't think anything that's ready to go.
MMO.
They just announced that. I think.
Well, couldn't it be like? Because I mean, just because they announced it doesn't mean they don't have anything else that's already going. They announced it to the public, so they could have something.
I guess.
Because it's
I
kind
don't,
of like,
I don't think
hey,
you see anything.
Here's a Star Wars Eclipse trailer. This is our announcement at the same time, kind of a
Yeah.
thing. So
I don't
who
think you get
knows?
anything. Maybe what
Um,
was the other Star? Is there maybe this is where you get that Stars RTS game? I doubt it, but
oh,
that if it's not specific to a studio that has one of the conferences, it could be there.
this is totally one like the place to drop something like that. I would lose my noggin. Seeing Niantic is interesting. I don't think they're really doing anything more with Pokemon Go. Like they,
Mm.
Pokemon Go, like they had some of their first reported losses, I think, in this quarter, so or in the past couple of years. But they've been working on other titles too, that they've mobile titles and stuff. So I don't know how they're really doing. But what else do we got? Warner Brothers games. Pardon me. There's some interesting things there because you could probably see what would that be, like Suicide Squad, maybe something there.
Dead game.
Dead game.
That's a game that I should say no one cares about, but I feel like that last delay and with the gameplay reveal, that I get it that they're fine tuning it and they want to work on it. I think that's a game that they should just get out there as soon as possible. Eat their losses and just just move forward onto something else, because I think it's gonna do even worse than Avengers, because at least Avengers had that name brand. But yeah, because what else would they show? I don't think, unless there's something like a cinematic to confirm Hogwarts Legacy 2, but I don't think they'll do that, and I don't know. Uh, yeah, I just don't think that would happen. I guess it's,
Probably DLC though, I would think. But they even
yeah,
said no
could
DLC.
be.
Well, maybe that Quidditch game they announced actually.
Right? Yeah, there could be something there. The other one, I don't know if it's Warner Brothers game because it's Monolith, but it has to have some association with Warner Brothers. I could be wrong. So just maybe let's just take this game in general. Remember, there's that Wonder Woman game that's being worked on by the same people that did the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor team, right? So I'd love to get an update on that, because that's a game like, to me, I just think about Shadow of War and then place that game style, that plays out with Wonder Woman. That's gonna fucking slap really hard. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see some sort of update with that. And I guess staying in the superhero realm, you didn't do this cast with us. I don't know if you remember, but do you remember they announced that Captain America Black Panther game last
Yes,
year?
there's been nothing on that.
Yeah, we don't even have a title on it. There's no title, stuff like that. So I'd love to. Do you think we could see anything from that Wonder Woman game, this Cap game?
I think we could. I really, really do. I mean, this is the place to do it. It really, really is. E3 is not happening, so you got to. This is a place to be, really. So, like, I don't get why they would close out anything along the lines of a Captain America Black Panther game. I feel like that would do really, really well. I think it would be. Like, there's more superhero games. You can't go wrong with that. You really, really
Can't
can't.
go wrong. Yeah, the one that I want the most, and this is just me speaking in my butt. I don't think it'll be there, but I think it's. Oh, is it? I think it is Square, or maybe I'll have to look it up. But whoever is making that James Bond game, I really want to see
Mm.
that, and I feel like this would be another good place for it too. If it is Square, that could be what they're showing. I don't know. Square has lots of stuff they could show off. They got their hands in a lot of things and everything, but I can't remember. Let me just find out. James Bond.
It'd be cool if it was kind of like Just Cause like or something like that, or maybe more like a Mafia style, I guess.
Hmm.
Mafia 2, 3, whatnot.
Oh, so that was IO Interactive for the James Bond game. Is that?
Mm.
I don't think I saw that anywhere here.
Oh, that's why I was second too late.
Did he come in and say it's nowhere?
He just
Uh,
commented after you said it.
And they make the Hitman games. Yeah, so because they were with Square and then they separate on themselves. But yeah, they don't look. Doesn't look like they're here at all. So that's probably out of the equation. So I know it's coming. But it is what it is. EA and Disney. EA will get some sports stuff. Disney, I don't know what Disney's really showing. I don't know what they're showing off. Infinity's dead. Maybe that's just because they're part of the brands and stuff like that. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe like probably nothing Star Wars related. I can't imagine.
No, Digital Devolver. They'll have some indies that people will be talking about and stuff like that. What do you think would be the one thing? Because Xbox is on here, and Xbox, like, so that could be the thing where they show something here and then get more details at the Xbox conference, because that's June 11th. If there was one thing, what do you think they would debut at Summer Games Fest and then do the expansion on their conference? It better not be. Well, no, I was gonna say Assassin's Creed. That'd be Ubisoft, but Ubisoft is here too, so they could do that, right? Like, same thing for Ubisoft and an Xbox. What's the thing that they would show here and then expand on a couple days later? You think?
Ubisoft would probably go with the flagship Probably
with
Assassin's
Creed.
Creed something related. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's what they're putting all their chips into. I really do. As far as Xbox, I was gonna say indie, but I could see it if they want to be smart, it should
oh,
be
Indiana. I
Fable.
thought you meant like indies. Like that's all they're
Indie
giving
titles, yeah.
Chef.
No,
Yeah.
I think if they want to be smart with it, they absolutely should do Fable. I think just to show another
Mm.
reveal, remind people like, oh yeah, this is coming, this is great, and like yeah, check out at the our presentation later on this month, and you get gameplay. Like, oh my god, people would be so ecstatic.
Yeah, indie could work. I don't think they should do anything of their big ones. I think they should keep that still to their thing because they could make it like an actual big conference. But maybe indies, yeah, you get the cinematic, and then yeah, come over here and watch more and hear about the voice cast or what. Because they haven't said much about Indiana Jones, but I feel like
Keeley
indies.
brings Harrison Ford on stage.
Harrison Ford on stage. I
Yeah,
thought it was
comes up
a,
on stage. He's like, I fucking hate this place. People keep asking me who would win, Han Solo or
people
Indiana
keep asking me
Jones.
what's next.
And I say I would fucking win. Don't ask me the stupid question. That was an interview he just did recently.
Yeah, I know he didn't like that question and everything like that. Was trying to see just if there's any games we've missed. Talked about Capcom. They'll probably just be pumping out Street Fighter 6, hype. Same thing with Sega. I'm sure there's something
Hmm.
Sonic that they're looking at. Like they're all. I'm excited to play that Frontiers game at some point. Everything, but I'm trying to look at Netflix. I don't even really know what Netflix is gonna be showing off there. Yeah, people seem to think that the Disney one could be that Captain America Black Panther games. That'd be nice just to even give it a title or something like that.
Yeah.
Some people have theorized, which I don't know about this. How would you feel about a Dead Rising remake from Capcom?
I'd really like that. That'd be
I'd really
really,
like
really
that too.
nice.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want like a remaster, like if they like remade it from the ground up, because I remember playing that game and there's some jank to it. Like I remember I had to fucking fight the motorcycle guy, and like just sometimes the way your character moved, he was very blocky and stuff like that. So that could be a fun remake one. Maybe they wouldn't because of like Evil Dead. Let's see. It's funny you just said that, Super Bad Mike. I got Square Enix was Final Fantasy 7 or Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts 4 to me, I just feel like that's a game. If it was in production, we would have heard about it. Now, it could just be that they're planning to and they just give us a fucking logo to announce it, right? So that's possible. But do you think Kingdom Hearts 4 is that something we could see here?
I think it is. I think like Kingdom Hearts 3 took a long time, didn't it?
Oh,
Between
yeah.
2
And it
and
was lots of
3, yeah.
delays. Yeah.
There was lots of delays. There was like Kingdom Hearts like 2.5 and all this other mumbo jumbo, but
Oh, yeah.
there's absolutely a following for that. So I totally think that we could see Kingdom Hearts 4 for sure. Not gameplay or anything like that, but just get a confirmation like, hey, yeah, this is coming. And there's a lot more Disney IPs out now. So I mean, it's more things that they can toss in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. Healy
Oh,
says
we
that
did hear about it. We got a cinematic. I don't remember this.
of Kingdom Hearts 4, Super Bad Mike? Really? Is that a thing? Let's take a look here.
I do not recall this.
I did not recall that as well either.
Oh, it's an upcoming post by Square Enix. It's the 15th installment in Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 4. Oh yeah, we did get one in 2022 in April. Wow.
Oh, we did. Jeez
So they did
Louise.
Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary and Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, that totally. Okay, so then yeah, there would have to be something from Square Enix then in this. Absolutely.
I'm not saying it has to be that though. That'd be nice. But yeah, no, it sucks. I still gotta play 3. I was a massive fan of 1 and 2, and that wait, it just came out at a bad time. I love those franchises so much, just that mixing of Disney with that anime style. I'm not even the biggest anime fan and stuff, but yeah, that's possible. But Keith says that he thinks there's gonna be 1 to 2 like big things and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think he said like 2 to 3, so we'll see what happens there. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good time. Keeley, for the most part, puts on good shows. I'm excited for some surprises. I hope that there's either two things: either we do get that one surprise, like a Wonder Woman monolith, like we did, stuff like that, like a game that we have no idea, like that's an awesome, or like a big update on one of those things, like Eclipse, something like that. Not saying it would happen. That's all I'm looking for is something there. But is there anything to shout out that you've missed?
No, I think that's pretty much everything. Looking at these studios, yeah, I don't really
Mm-hmm.
think. Anything else will be populating.
Yeah, and hopefully there's some stuff in there that, like I said, we didn't even talk about all because we're the nicest thing of a surprise, right? Comes out of nowhere, like wow, didn't see that coming and stuff like that.
Well,
So
I will just throw in, if the rumors are true. Well, there's no Sledgehammer, but there is Activision. You never know. There could always be something Call of Duty related coming out of Activision there. So,
yeah, oh of course, yeah, they probably will be or something because it's June, but still fall's not that far away and stuff like that. So they teased a
well, I'm
Star Wars.
thinking like a Warzone, maybe like a Warzone
Yeah,
update or something like that.
new island, a new character, new hero to
Yeah,
purchase. Yeah. Oh, they tease a Star Wars world being Kingdom Hearts 4. That's interesting. That'll definitely make. Well, I'll catch up on 3, then I get to 4. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, we did it again. I apologize for my audio. I will be, me and Taylor are gonna off air test some things and whatnot. But new place might just be the cord and stuff like that. But I apologize. I thank you for getting through this and stuff like that. Hopefully, it'll be fixed. And thank you for tuning in. And yeah, we'll be covering all these. All these, I think, should be as long as schedules line up. Should be getting their own separate episodes. It'll probably be Dylan myself with a mixture of people. Maybe just sometimes me and Dylan. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about these things. Taylor, thanks for being on the predictions episode. It was fun taking a look at it, and hopefully we get some big surprises next week or so.
I agree.
You know,
Hopefully,
make sure you throw that conference on during the birthing. So you got to be there for that
in the
Star Wars
hospital room.
Ubisoft. Yeah, like
Quiet,
what?
Madison. Quiet. Keely's talking right now.
It's George Lucas. It's George. All right, everyone, take care. When here for next, not be boring.
Bye bye.